Are you sure you want to?
Hey! Welcome to the Nintendo Switch Chat-A-Thon.
Wow, that was a good one. So welcome to Shift W, everybody. We're having a chat-a-thon here about the Nintendo Switch press event that was on January 12th, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
Yeah, so Ace and I watched it, and there's some surprising things and some not so surprising things, I think is how I would put it.
Yeah.
You know, let's start from the beginning. I made notes. I have a fair number of notes here, right? So let's start from the beginning, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much the first thing that I noticed was at exactly 11 p.m. there was 273,220 people viewing at 11 p.m. And practically the first thing they mentioned was the price.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the price is $300.
It is, and it's not even a bundle.
Oh, man, I think they're really fucking... I feel like it's going to be a 3DS ambassador thing all over again.
Yeah.
I mean, a fucking
maybe.
PS4 is $300.
The normal PS4 is $300. The Pro, I think, is a little bit more than that.
Yeah, but the Pro's barely any different from the original one, so...
And the Xbox One S, I think, is $250.
Dude, they're making a huge mistake with this $300 thing. Big mistake.
Oh, and by the way, the Joy-Cons
Mm-hmm.
are like $80.
Are you fucking kidding me? So you better not break them or lose them, huh?
Plus if you want to put them in that little stupid controller thing, that's like another $30.
That comes with the game console.
If you want to get an extra set of Joy-Cons.
You would never need an extra set of Joy-Cons.
If you have people over.
Well, you know what? They can bring their own.
Maybe I want the black one. And the neon blue and the neon yellow.
Well, there's a game package for that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, stupid. $300 sounds like bullshit to me. $300 sounds a little too much. $250 I would have been more than happy with. But $300 doesn't strike me as being very competitive.
They didn't really show anything about the
Well, hold on. Let's try and go in order here, right? So the next thing they mentioned right after that was their online services. And Nintendo, the guy up there had said that there was going to be a trial period that everyone could try for free around launch. But then after that, it would become a paid service. Now, what comes with that online service, they didn't really mention. They just said you can play games with friends, basically, and set. I think they called it play appointments or something like that.
I don't remember.
He said something like that, some stupid shit like that. The fact that they're going to start charging for online services like all the other ones, big disappointment. But that's coming from a PC gamer who's never had to do that in his life. So,
well, you gotta remember the Wii U, 3DS. None of that shit had, even the original DS when they had multiplayer for that. Didn't have to pay for it.
Yeah, but it wasn't really a service. It was just a means of connecting with each other.
Nintendo, who has like the worst online, experience. I don't feel like paying them money.
Well, better be fucking worth it. I mean, if they're gonna make you pay for that shit, it better be something like PlayStation Home or whatever the fuck they call it now. PlayStation Plus? Yeah.
Or Xbox Live?
I don't know. I don't know what they offer on Xbox Live.
I swear to God, if it's like $60 a year or something like that, bullshit.
Yeah, that's fucking bullshit. The nice part is though, it's not region locked. I mean, that's nice.
I can finally go play some what do you call it? Phoenix Wright. Sherlock Edition.
Sherlock Edition? What?
You know, the Phoenix Wright game that takes place in like feudal Japan.
Why would you call that Sherlock Edition? Sherlock is in England.
I don't know. It's like some like, but Sherlock is in it. Sherlock Holmes is in it or something.
Are you talking about Professor Layton?
No.
I don't know what you're talking
Oh.
about, but okay. No, you don't have to look it up. It's all right. It's out of the purview of this video anyway. And then they went on to talk about, the different modes. Oh, no. Handheld mode is where no. Tabletop mode is where you actually put the kickstand down and you have the Joy-Cons separated from each other.
Yes.
And then handheld mode is where you have the Joy-Cons connected to the system.
Mm-hmm.
And then TV mode is when it's docked and you have it in the controller docking thing.
Mm-hmm.
The battery life wasn't shocking whatsoever. It literally said 2.5 to 6.5 hours.
It's about how much I thought it was gonna be.
I mean, 2.5 hours?
Well, depending on 2.5, 3 hours.
2.5 fucking hours?
How much does the 3DS last for? When you're playing like an intensive game, not your stupid racehorse game.
Pocket Card Jockey is fucking the best game for the 3DS in a long time. So, I'm really not sure. I've never drained the battery. So I couldn't actually tell you. I don't know. I'm sure there's a spec out there somewhere, but I'll tell you this, the 3DS is going to last a lot longer than this fucking thing.
Well, it's going to charge fast. It's got Type-C.
It's true. That's the nice part. The whole USB-C thing's really good. I like how they're endorsing that.
And that's where the $50 went.
Isn't that the fucking truth? Although I thought this was really strange. Not strange, but kind of didn't expect this. You can connect up to 8 systems together.
Yep.
So does that mean you can connect up to 16 controllers? Can you have 16 player support for a game?
Maybe.
It's possible, I suppose. I mean, if you can connect 8 systems, there's 2 with each one. Somebody wanted to make a game where everyone can jump on at the same time. That'd be a real, I don't know, kind of be a clusterfuck, but...
Yeah.
And I feel like everything that they mentioned about the Joy-Cons themselves was already known. Whether it be through leaks or whatever. Like they mentioned the NFC reader, that they mentioned the square button was for capturing screenshots. They said that later, though, they're going to add in video. So at launch, you're not going to be able to take videos.
Yeah, but they didn't talk about really the... They didn't show off it's using carts.
Nope.
They didn't talk about how big it is.
Nope.
Storage. And expandable media.
Nope.
They didn't show what is it? Expandable media, storage, oh my god. Carts. They didn't show any of the UI off. They didn't show stuff that I would want to see. You know? Sell me these
Yeah, the Nintendo did a really bad job of trying to sell us on the console itself, in my opinion. Later on, they showcased a bunch of games, and they talked about the developers who are making games for it already. But they really didn't mention a whole lot about the specs of it. I imagine they want to stay away from that.
It has to do like this internal specs. It's just like...
Well, I mean, it'd be nice if they would actually come out and say, hey, look, this thing has 32 gigabytes of internal storage. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, but still.
I mean, how big do you think Breath of the Wild is going to be? Do you know how many games I bought physical media for the Wii U?
A lot.
1.
Really?
1. Everything else was eShop. And that's the way I prefer to buy my games. I don't want to go to Best Buy. I'd rather just fucking buy the game. I don't want to buy a used one. Fuck you. And if I got 32 gigabytes of internal storage, I want to know now exactly if I'm going to have to get a fucking hard drive for the motherfucker. I'm sure
SD
it's going to.
card.
So you can't get, there's no USB ports on it other than the rechargeable C.
I don't know. I just wish, like, I think we all know it's gonna have expandable memory, but I just want to see the goddamn menu. I want to see the shop. I want to see if I can play VC. I want to see if I can play, God forsake, GameCube games or what have you. I want to know if I can play.
Well, I mean, it's launching.
Like
it's launching in March, so I'd
like, this
imagine they're
shit's
going to have additional
finalized.
videos.
I know, but why wouldn't they show that off now? Because you want to get the hype train rolling. This isn't fucking,
Oh,
Valve or some company and saying, hey, we're going to dole out some information week by week and feed it to you.
that's basically what they're going to do.
But they didn't even tell us that. They just said this, and that's it. And it releases in literally like a month.
I mean, 2
Less.
months.
We're almost halfway through January.
All right.
Okay.
We're not a month and a week.
And February is only what, 28 days?
Yeah. Yep. The one thing I will say though about the Joy-Con was, and we mentioned this when we were watching it, he talked about how if you hold the Joy-Con and imagine it was like a glass and you put in ice, you could feel the ice going in, and then if you pour water, you can feel the water going in. And you said it seemed like haptic feedback.
Like the Steam controller.
But I don't get that kind of feeling with a Steam controller ever.
Like it feels like you're rolling if you're on trackball mode, it feels like you're rolling a trackball.
No, it doesn't.
I think it does. You can you get the feeling that it's actually still moving.
Well, yeah, because of the clicks.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what it's supposed to do.
But that doesn't feel like a trackball. Trackball doesn't click.
It has that like that it's actually it's slowing down.
I think it's something more. Yeah, they call it the HD Rumble feature. That's what it was. And if it's just,
Apple's haptic engine.
yeah, yeah, I was gonna say if it literally is just like haptic feedback, like on the Steam controller, they've already overhyped that.
Well, it's honestly probably more like Apple's. It's like the new iPhone, was it 7? That there's no button on that front thing. It's just like a single
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, it fooled me. I thought it was actually a button.
Me too.
It feels like a button.
Yep. For the most part, that's what they talked about the Joy-Con. They mentioned that it's going to have straps, just like the Wiimotes. Basically, the first 15 minutes was Nintendo explaining that it's a combination of every console they've ever made, which I guess is true, but I mean.
But that makes me wanna it uses cartridges. Can you pop in? Honestly, could you pop in, say, I'm gonna say a DS or 3DS game, okay? Because you have the 2DS, no 3D. But if you pop one of those bad boys in, and that is say on a TV screen, you still have that half screen. Can you use the Joy-Con thing to fucking point like a Wiimote and use the touchscreen aspect?
I don't know. The compatibility with the Wii U and the Wii was terrible. It was fucking garbage. There's for instance, if I popped an Animal Crossing City Folk on the Wii U and I went into the Wii mode, right? I'd have to go break out the Wiimotes. There's no reason why I should have to break out a Wiimote. Why can't I use the gamepad itself? Because it has all the same functionality of a Wiimote.
I know, but I'm just saying, if I wanted to pop in a 3DS cartridge into this bad boy, would I be able to play it? I think that'd be a really cool feature. It's I don't see why you couldn't do that. If it's on display.
Nintendo seems very intent on making us pay again for all the games we've already bought with the virtual
Like
console.
that's
so.
another thing. Why couldn't they talk about VC? I would have loved to hear them talk about virtual console stuff.
Well,
Why
it's
am I
probably
not?
the same reason that they mentioned the price of the console at the very fucking beginning, so we would forget about it.
I didn't forget about it. I remembered.
Yeah, but most people probably going to forget about it. It's going to be $300, and instead they're going to be like, ooh, Breath of the Wild, or ooh, the Joy-Con, or ooh, here's the list of the 55 different developers, or whatever the fuck it is. And we're going to start arguing, people, not we, but people are going to start arguing about other little things as opposed to the price. They got that out of the way. It's kind of like ripping the Band-Aid off.
But yeah,
But they didn't mention what you're talking about. And this is what I think. I don't know if it's true, because they're probably not going to really seriously make a virtual console that you can just plug your games into. They want you to buy the games again.
well, even if they want me to buy the games again, I want to know if I can. Like, if I don't fucking own, like, I want to play Room 215,
Oh yeah.
which is a pretty good game, but still, can I go to the eShop and download that baby and play it?
Probably not. I mean, it's never been the case for any virtual console.
I want to play Phoenix Wright. Can I play the old ones?
You mean, okay, so you bring up an interesting point, right? The old ones. I bought the trilogy on the 3DS, and I want to know if my fucking eShop account is going to be merged together, and the shit that I have on my 3DS and stuff like that are going to be playable on.
Yeah, that's what I've been talking about.
That's what you're talking. See, I'm thinking you're saying if I have an old cartridge and I plug it in, will it work?
Well, that too, and plus the VC, meaning virtual console, meaning all the eShop stuff.
I want
virtual
everything
console
I feel like everything should converge to the Switch, and if you bought it on the 3DS, it's going to work on the Switch. But that Nintendo has never done that before, ever.
It's all emulation. Like, I don't see how hard it is to move it over.
True, but I'm saying their past is an indicator maybe for the future. You buy a game on the Wii, and then you buy it again on the Wii U, and then you had to buy it again on the 3DS. I mean,
well, they made you, like, for instance, I own Super Mario 64 on the Wii. And I got it on the Wii U by paying an extra $1 or $2 instead of paying the full $10.
What about Earthbound? Earthbound's another really good example. Earthbound came out on the Wii U Virtual Console before the 3DS Virtual Console.
Is Earthbound on the?
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, that's 3DS. Right. I can't play it because I don't have a new 3DS. I have a limited edition Zelda 3DS.
It's fucking bullshit, but it is what it is. So yeah, I think they're gonna Jew us in that aspect. They're gonna fuck us in the ass. And they're gonna make us buy our shit again. That's what I think. Don't know that for a fact.
They're gonna make us pay like an extra $1 or $2 if we already own it.
Yeah, right.
I think that's not right.
Yeah, I agree. So after they talked about the Joy-Con, they started talking about the games, and
there's games.
There's games. The first two games, it seems like, are first party from Nintendo directly, and the first one they talked about playing together, and it was 1, 2, Switch. What'd you think?
I thought, honestly, when we were watching, I thought it was just gonna be like a.
Why don't you describe
Western.
1, 2, Switch real quick? Describe it.
1, 2, Switch is a WarioWare game without the WarioWare theme.
See, that's not the vibe I got from it at all. I didn't get WarioWare from that whatsoever.
Are you kidding me? They're all like, it's like a 2-player WarioWare and you're just competing at the same puzzle.
But you're not really looking at the screen.
Game. I know. That's what it's not themed as a Wario game, and it's just you guys, the action's on the screen, but you guys aren't really looking at the screen, but people around you are looking at the screen and watching you be a fool. Like they literally had a picture of someone having the Switch out at a fucking nightclub.
Yeah. They did. They
Let
really
me
did.
just break out my, I'm not one to go to nightclubs, but I'm gonna bring my Nintendo Switch to a nightclub, and that's gonna get me laid. Just gonna point that out. Just so you know. Just
Maybe you
watch
should
out.
try that. Maybe it'd be more successful for you.
Maybe you should try. You know what? I should just go. You know what? Maybe we'll try this out. Maybe Steve comes up to me and says, "Hey, I see you guys Switch.
Take your pants off.
Let's play 1-2 Switch."
Let's play 1-2. Never mind.
Don't
Never
go there.
mind. Never mind. So, I mean, when I first saw the 1-2 Switch, they had the two cowboys. The one guy looked like Clint Eastwood,
That's what I thought. I thought it was
right?
gonna be.
And I thought it was gonna be Wild Gun, like Wild Gun Part 2, you know. And it turns out, my notes, I was like, I said, "Oh fuck, it's another Wii Sports gimmick."
I would rather play Wii Sports than play, I think, 1-2 Switch.
But you know what? It's not really a Wii Sports gimmick, and I'll tell you why. Because they actually took Wii Sports, and then they chopped it up, and they put part of it into 1-2 Switch, and they put part of it into the next game that they fucking introduced.
Arms.
Arms is Wii Boxing, except it's me distance wise. Like So remember Wii Boxing,
Yeah.
right? And you just went like that the entire time,
Yeah, I know.
and like
I know.
you tilted once in a while like this. That's what Arms is, except in the game you're reaching far across the room. Like it's boxing with springs on your arms, like Inspector Gadget. So
You better be a character.
So
Gotta love
what I'm saying is they took Wii Sports and they took the boxing mini game and expanded on it. Right? Made it its own game, and they took the rest of the trash that Wii Sports was and put it in a 1-2 Switch.
Yeah.
So those two look like failures. I'll never play them.
Oh, and to go back on the whole, the price of the unit,
Don't go back. Go forward.
but let's also talk about games. $300 should have been included with the game.
Okay, so now that you mention that here, one of the
'Cause
things they failed
I
to
think-
mention, one of the things they failed to mention is whether any of these games will come packed with the game. At the end of the release, the press release, they gave you package options. They never mentioned if any games are going to be packaged with it, which leads me to believe that you actually have to go and spend $60 to buy 1-2 Switch and Arms.
It's probably. I honestly think it's going to be a downloadable content game for like maybe $15.
That's not worth it. Fucking motion games are not worth a fucking dollar.
This isn't VR.
Yeah, I don't think 95% of the VR games are worth what they are either, so. Like, accounting was a perfect price of nothing.
It's a great experience.
You know, fucking these these fucking tech demo VR games don't. Oh, it blows my mind.
I just
Anyway.
closed the book. We closed. I shut the book. Yeah, that's right. I shut the book.
So yeah, I was hoping to God that they would say it would become packaged with the actual console itself, kind of like face hunters or face runners, whatever it is with the 3DS.
Face hunt. What?
You know, the game with the 3DS.
Oh,
where you
that
put your face
stupid
on it.
game.
Yeah,
That's-
what's it called? Face runner, face hunter, face shooter.
Face. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
It's
so that's, I was hoping it would come packaged with it. You know what I mean? But that is yet to be determined. And then the next game we mentioned already was called Arms, and they said it was a 1-player or 2-player experience. It's a boxing style game where you have a Joy-Con in each hand, and you actually cannot play the game with the controllers in handheld mode.
Yep. Plus, I just found more information on a Nintendo Switch online service.
Okay, let's talk about that at the end.
Okay, I gotta remember that. Hold on.
All right. It's another
Nintendo.
It's another motion sensing game. Gonna be a failure, in my opinion. That shit's been done and done. But what I liked the most, and it made me laugh, was that when they were talking about the game, and you had one of the developers talking about it, he said the guy mentioned that there's many different strategies
Mm-hmm.
in the game, and that um, the due to the physical control style of the game, it would open up many different strategies for the players. And then they started talking about fucking Splatoon 2, and once again they started mentioning
Oh,
competition and all this other shit. Why is Nintendo trying so hard to be in the competitive sphere of gaming when their games that they put out are jokes for the competitive point of view?
yeah, I know.
ARMS will never be a competitive game or a strategic game, nor will Splatoon. I don't care how much you like Splatoon, that game will never, ever, ever be a competitive game like CSGO. Ever.
I think it is a competitive game as already.
Yeah, it's a competitive game, but for people that have no dicks.
They're squids, okay?
Exactly, bro. I mean, Splatoon might be fun, all right, but that's you're not going to see that shit on Korean television.
It's true.
You know. Oh yeah, Splatoon 2. Who gives a fuck about that?
I don't.
I don't give two fucks about Splatoon 2, so I'm gonna skip that. But I know you
Mario.
cared a lot about the Mario game.
I do care about the Mario game, and that game should be coming out in March 3rd.
Yeah, yeah. The release date is holiday season 2017. What the fuck is
That game
that?
should be out.
The fuck is that? This is so far. There's only of the games we've talked about so far. I think the only one that's gonna be out at launch is fucking Arms. No, not even Arms. It's just 1-2 Switch. Arms is later.
Yeah,
And
like
Splatoon 2, I don't remember. Oh no, Splatoon 2 is going to be released at launch too.
I don't think Zelda is going to carry this console.
Well, let's talk about Mario.
There. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Mentioned it, right? So the Mario game looks like they're kind of going back to the 64 GameCube style Mario's.
Yep. Which I like.
More sandbox. I don't even want to call it a sandbox, but it's more of an open environment.
World.
Yeah. Not even open world because there's a hub world. From what it looked like, there was a hub world, but it's more free roaming than something like 3D Land or um, the one from
3D
the Wii U,
Land.
like the new Super Mario Brothers and shit like
3D
that.
Land, 3D World, New Super Mario Brothers. No flags. There's no.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I hope I'm collecting shines.
Did you notice? Did you notice that Mario was collecting purple triangles, upside down triangles?
Yeah. Was that like? What's that supposed to be?
I don't know, but maybe Mario's
Health.
turning into the gay side.
Huh?
Never heard of a upside down purple triangle?
No.
Lesbians?
No.
You're a faggot.
Anywho.
Super Mario Odyssey is what it's called.
Oh yeah, the city, that New York City.
Yeah.
I think it's New Dork City or New Donk City or something like that.
New Donk City. Well, when they started the trailer for it, and it looked like a real city, I was like, "What kind of game is this going to be? It's such a realistic looking city." And then Mario comes out, and I was like,
"Oh my god, I know where the inspiration came from."
Sonic 06.
Damn it! I was just gonna say that.
That's the first thing that came to my head. I was like, "Oh wow, this looks a lot like Sonic 06. This is weird and tacky."
Wait, Sonic 06? I was gonna say Sonic Adventure.
The
Or
one
Sonic
for the
Adventure
Xbox,
2.
Brandon. The one that was like a buggy mess.
Xbox 360?
I don't know. It was for the original or the 360. I don't remember. Probably for the 360.
I don't know, the real
I don't
people,
remember.
but there were real people in Adventure, in the Dreamcast.
Yeah, and it was weird.
You know, it's weird.
It's strange. But the one I remember is the buggy mess.
Oh, that's what they're tying it into Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, they're merging.
They're
They're
merging.
merging. No fucking way. So we're gonna
He's
meet.
at
Are we finally gonna be able to use Big Bertha as a character?
Big Bertha. That's not her name, is it?
I think that's her name, the bitch in red.
Yeah.
The black lady in red who
Yeah.
takes a fucking like bullet bill from her titties and gives it to her. Gives it to Mario.
No, they didn't. No. She gives him the rock. The rock.
Yeah, that's what it was. The Rock. Yeah,
She
that
had the rock, and they're
she had the
trying to
rock
steal the
between her
rock.
titties. That's right. Yep. Yep.
And yeah,
So
but yeah, it's actually called New Donk City.
that's got to be like the Japanese version, right? I don't know. That's a game that I'm kind of looking forward to, but it won't be for another year.
Like, why?
Yep. Then they briefly showed a teaser trailer, which literally had nothing all that meaningful in it gameplay-wise about Xenoblade 2 for Monolith Soft, who, when I saw it said Monolith, I was like, when the fuck did Monolith start making games for consoles? And I was like, oh, Monolith Soft isn't Monolith.
Monolith actually made the Lord of the Rings game
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
when
And
they
then
should be working on No One's Forever.
yeah, they should be working on No One Lives Forever 3, but they don't own the rights or something like that.
Nobody knows who
No
owns
one
the
knows who's got it. God, I want that game to come out so bad, like a remake. That's a game that needs a fucking remake instead of fucking remaking Splatoon or Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The fuck is that? Anyway, Fire Emblem.
I beg to differ on the Mario Kart.
Fire Emblem was teased as well, which I once again would look forward to. I played both the games on the 3DS. Very nice.
Never.
They're
Touched
really
it.
good. They're really good. Did you ever play Did you ever play Advance Wars
No,
for the DS?
but I know what you're talking about.
It's like that.
Yeah.
I like Fire Emblem a lot. And then this is when Nintendo started talking about, oh, we have a whole bunch of other publishers. They're gonna make games for our console. Let me put up the graphic here of the different developers or publishers, whatever you want to call it. So they said there was like 50 to 55, right?
Huh.
I'll read the list out to you. I put it on the screen here, but they got 505 games who I've never heard of.
505.
Yep.
505 is 505. I think
What?
didn't they do Siphon Filter?
No, you're thinking of something else.
505 games, right?
No, it's not 505 games. I know what you're talking about.
What is it?
but
505 what?
No, it was
No, the company you're talking about right now. The company on the screen.
505 games.
505.
505. The number of games.
Yeah,
500.
505 games.
No, they didn't make Siphon Filter.
Oh no, it's founded in 2006.
All right, look it up. Now we got to know. 989 Studios.
9-8. Okay, that changes everything.
Activision. I don't know what that is. It's too small. Atlas, Namco Bandai. Bethesda, which we'll talk about
Right.
later. Capcom. Codemasters, which I think is weird because Codemasters hasn't made an enjoyable game that I've heard of in a long time.
989 is a subsidy of Sony Computer Entertainment.
It is now, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it always was. I don't know. EA is making games for it, and dude, when the representative from EA came out, what a tool!
He's the same. He was it during E3 last year, where they went to UK. He was in the American release, and like it was every time he came up, it's like click. That was an awful presentation too. I think
He reminds me of a character from a movie that's very stiff. Maybe Jaws.
He didn't want to be there.
He looked like Frankenstein without the makeup. But yeah, he was a douchebag, and he's worse at reading a teleprompter than Donald Trump. Like, he was literally like this the entire time. Here, I'm gonna look in the camera so I can do it. Yeah, we're gonna release the all-time #1 sports game ever made. FIFA. It's totally different from the last FIFA, and it's excellent. And here's the best part too. He actually went so far as to tell the people who were watching or whatever that he loved Nintendo. He says he's a massive fan of Nintendo platforms, and said that he named he gave his son's middle name. His son's middle name is Luigi.
Prove it.
What a fuck! That's gotta be. That's the biggest bold-faced lie I've ever heard in my life. It has to be. That's bullshit. Total bullshit. And then I stop and I think, and I was like, wow, didn't EA stop making games for the Wii U? And now all of a sudden they're excited.
Breath of the Wild is 13.4 gigs.
Oh yeah, great. So it'll take up just about half of my 32 gigs of internal storage.
Which I have information on that too. Once again, the website.
Great. Altus teased the Shin Megami Tensei thing. Don't care for that shit. And then Square Enix had the Octopath Traveler.
Octopath Traveler. Hi, Target employee. I'm calling to see if you have the Project Octopath Traveler. I don't know what you're talking about. Click.
It literally looked like something from like Bravely Default, like from the screens it was showing. Not the actual gameplay, but the concept art. Yes, it did. Oh, yes, it did.
I still think Bravely Default is a pretty cool looking game.
Yeah,
nice
game. The problem with Bravely Default is that it's not a very fun game.
It's not bad.
How much have you played it?
I played the demo.
Oh, I bought the game and I played it for about 5 or 6 hours. Yeah, and I played it for
the only thing I don't
5
like
or 6 hours, and I just want to tell you something. It's the combat system in the game is so convoluted and retarded that I just couldn't play it anymore.
I just didn't like. I'm not a big fan of the whole like anime, like 3D, like over cute. Like I don't know how to explain it. You know what I mean, though?
It's not very cutesy.
But you know what I mean. It's like I don't even know how to describe it.
I don't know. The art was really good, but the art doesn't sell the game for me. It's how fun the game is.
Unlike a good game called Ni no Kuni, which has great artwork.
Except that it's incredibly boring.
And pretty good.
That game's fucking boring. So then the guy from Sega popped up for like 5 seconds, and the gist of his speech was, I look forward to making a game for it, and then he left.
Sonic 2017.
Yeah, it's gonna be a piece of shit. And then Todd Howard showed his fucking ginger face.
Hey guys, Skyrim.
Yeah, hey Skyrim. Yay, it's so old. No one cares.
We know you bought it, but you will buy it again because it's on the go.
I mean, I've put in my fair share of hours in that fucking game. You know that.
I do know that.
But
then after Todd Howard, Gabe Newell came on stage and announced Ricochet 3 because it works perfectly with those Joy-Cons. You can take it and you can swing your disc.
Yep.
You can swing the disc out, and it looks fantastic.
Exactly. Now you can actually intercept discs, and you can feel it.
Yep, you can feel it like push back onto you, and like, it's still running on Gold Source, which is fine because Gold Source is still a beautiful looking engine. But
Ricochet 3 is coming out 3/3.
3/3. Exactly, March 3rd.
Yep.
Half-Life 3 confirmed. It's pretty obvious.
No. Ricochet 3.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Ricochet 3.
We already talked about the EA guy. A couple other things too. There's definitely going to be a Dead Souls game for the Switch, in my opinion, because From Software is making games for it. Let's see. Level 5 Konami. Fuck Konami.
Speaking of Konami, supposedly a lot of people from Konami are moving over to Kojima Productions.
Not surprised. Telltale's making games for it.
Oh yeah, Minecraft story mode is going on there. And so is Minecraft.
Let's see here. So far, I mean, after looking through this list, I mean, nothing's really popping out. Yay, great, that's awesome.
Supposedly there is a Bomberman game because it showed up during the montage.
Fuck. I don't know. I don't see why people like Bomberman that much.
Um, there's no, I wish that Mario game was 3-3. Like, even if it wasn't March, maybe April, March. Yeah, that would have been fine. Or, pack in 1, 2, 3, switch. I almost forgot the name.
This is 1-2 switch.
1, 2, switch. And maybe ARMS or something else packed in with the console to make it $300. I think Nintendo has the money to take the hit.
But they never ever sell their consoles at a loss, ever.
Yeah, I know, but still, like the Wii U was $300. It didn't sell.
I still think they were making a profit.
Wii U, not the Wii U, the original Wii was $250.
Was it really at launch?
Yeah. All right. Let me go check my receipt.
You still have your fucking receipt for that piece of shit?
I even got the fucking warranty.
Wow.
And I got this. This was the warranty was $50.
What's the
No.
date on that receipt?
It should be something 2006. 11/19/06. I got
for
it.
you.
10:08 a.m.
Good for you. Good for you. So I guess to wrap it up here, at least for the package options, there's 2 package options for it. Are you excited?
I am.
Yep. And you know what the only difference between the 2 package options are?
Fucking Apple.
The color of the Joy-Cons, and that's it.
Exactly.
And they're both the same price.
Uh-oh. Camera's falling down.
Yeah, man. So one option's gonna have your Joy-Cons where both of them are gray. The other one is gonna have red and blue Joy-Cons.
The best.
Yep. And then, of course, probably as everybody knows by now, they mentioned Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild will be launched at the release date of the console. It looks like Breath of the Wild's going to have a little more drama in it than the past ones. I mean, the woman on there, I can only imagine as Zelda, was crying her fucking eyes out.
We're gonna find out what happened 100 years ago.
Yeah, the Deku Tree was in that.
It's
trailer.
the sequel to...
So this has happened, this is many years after Ocarina of Time.
Is it many years after? Is that what you think? Oh yeah, Deku Tree's in it.
Yep. But the question is, did it happen before the Wind Waker? Or was it after the Wind Waker?
Hero Successful is child era and adult era. Adult era is right after Ocarina of Time is Wind Waker.
So then this game probably happens after Wind Waker.
Then there's also the side of Twilight Princess with Majora's Mask.
I don't even want to fucking think about that right now. It's such a stupid, convoluted timeline. It doesn't make any sense.
It's
anymore.
probably before Wind Waker.
Maybe.
Yeah, where's my 3D Donkey Kong style game?
Yeah, right. I
Like,
would.
I love,
Yeah.
like, where the fuck is Metroid?
No, see. All right, so now we're getting back into the games a little bit. Is it just me, or were you like totally depressed on the number of launch games that they talked about?
I was kind of depressed about that.
They didn't. I think they mentioned that 4 games max, I think is what it would be launched.
And
at
maybe
release.
it's just because it's Japan. They was streaming from Japan, so maybe it's geared towards Japan.
I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking it's gonna be barren on fucking launch, and you're gonna have a lot of shit to wade through. It's gonna be 1-2 Switch. It's gonna be ARMS. I don't even think it's gonna be at release.
I'm not buying ARMS or 1-2 Switch.
And then it's gonna be Ubisoft's gonna have something at launch, and it's gonna be like Dance 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 Dance
So-
Revolution or where the fuck they make these days with the
Just
dancing.
Dance 2017 has been confirmed for it.
Oh god. Oh god.
Like that link I sent you to that 4chan thing. That thing is literally 100% correct.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking spot on. Yeah.
It is extremely accurate.
It was pretty spot on. Let me see if I can pull that up in here. Image.
2 days ago.
So yeah, yeah, you sent me this. Let's see. It says I'm working the setup for Nintendo with their Switch reveal event somewhere in Europe for the sake of anybody wants to say where. Has Been Heroes, Fast RMX. I don't know what the fuck that is. They didn't mention
Fast Racing Neo redone, but there
They
was
didn't
a
mention
racing.
that.
There was a racing game during that like F-Zero type game. That's
Oh.
what that seems
I didn't
like.
even see
Fast
that.
Racing,
They said
and that was it was in the montage.
in the leak, they say Snipper Clips, small title that uses 2 Joy-Cons for 2 players. That's all I know. Splatoon 2, fuck that. Super Bomberman R. Ooh. ARMS, they got right. Sega, I don't even know what that is.
Ultra Street Fighter 2. They showed a Street Fighter fighting game in that montage.
And Super Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, a port with
That's
new
true.
content, which is fucking bullshit in my opinion. Why
So-
port a game that's barely a few years old?
They're brought back the double items.
It's because they're fucking desperate for games.
I kind of like the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Yeah,
That's
but
me.
see, this goes back to your fucking thing. You bought it for the Wii U. It's the same fucking game, and now you gotta buy it again. Fuck you.
I'm the problem now.
Fuck you. You know, at least Bethesda had the fucking common sense and the courtesy to give you for free the legendary edition of the game with the HD remake shit, right? For free if you bought the game. On
If you
Steam.
have if you had the legendary edition on Steam.
No, that's not. I didn't have the legendary. I bought the game day one when it came out on Steam. I did not have the legendary edition. I have that game for free, the new
Let
one.
me see. Because I have.
You'll have it too. I promise you'll have it.
Skyrim. I have Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim. I don't have a special edition.
Hold on.
Own
Skyrim
Skyrim
Special
plus all
Edition.
DC. Own Skyrim plus all DLC. Get Skyrim Special Edition free.
That's why I got it.
That's why you got it.
Well, at least they had the common courtesy to do that.
Well, yeah.
The DLC at one point for Skyrim was so cheap it was stupid not to buy it.
Like, for instance, Nintendo knows I bought fucking Mario Kart because I filled out their fucking surveys. And it's like, oh, see, that's like, I think there's shit like that on Steam, where like, oh, you own like, say this, like for instance, the Metro games, the Metro 2020, whatever it is. I own both of them. I can get the fucking remastered thing that they, redo the engine and cleaned everything up for $5.
Hold on a second. I'm reading this leak you sent me.
Yeah.
I need to. All right. So the guy talks about 1-2 Switch at the very end. It says 1-2 Switch. The Switch's minigame compilation showcasing the tech. Games include, don't know exact names, and he calls them this: Samurai Training, Wild West Shootout, Crack the Safe, Milk, Ball Catch, and Copy the Beat. Does that not sound like fucking Wii Sports?
WarioWare?
No, it doesn't sound like WarioWare whatsoever.
Crack the safe? Quickly, crack the safe in 5 minutes.
5 seconds.
Like, a WarioWare game would have been perfect for this fucking thing.
So yeah,
It's WarioWare.
it's not WarioWare.
It's WarioWare.
it's
It's
not
smooth
WarioWare.
moves. Enhanced.
Well, I guess we'll fucking find out, won't we? It's gonna be released pretty soon, so about a month and a half.
And Skylanders Imaginators.
Fuck that shit. Whoop de fucking do. Fucking
Like, no, give me a remake of Earthbound 1. Well, I gotta talk about my information that I found. So we got our power button, volume button. We got the picture of an actual game card. It has an audio jack. God damn it, it has an audio jack. It has a brightness sensor. It has stereo speakers. The the dock actually has 2 USB ports on it, so maybe you can plug an external,
Mm-hmm.
possibly. It also has USB Type C. You can put up a one of those USB adapters. Maybe you can put games on there that way too.
Mm-hmm.
The Joy-Con controllers, cool. Has the IR motion camera thing on there, but the main thing is the SD card is micro, which is sad.
Mm-hmm.
But it says you can expand storage using micro SDXC cards. So maybe you can go up to the max thing. And I think the highest one right now is only 128 gigs. And if Breath of the Wild's only 13,
So I mean, you're looking at maybe 10 games, 9 games. If they're full-fledged releases like that.
yeah.
Oh,
I
look
would
at this on the eShop. Breath of the Wild, $60. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Master Edition, $129.99. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Special Edition, $9.99 or $99.99.
What? Where are you looking at that? I don't see prices.
I see prices. Check
But the
Discord, okay?
Master Edition comes with. Oh yeah, and by the way, the box that the game comes in looks like a PSP box.
Ooh, what a bunch of rip-off, huh?
It comes with a map. It comes with a Nintendo Switch carrying case. It looks like. Oh yeah, online services.
Jesus Christ.
It is free trial starts in March. The paid service starts in fall 2017. So we got like 6 months before we got to start giving them money.
So let's see what the features are here. You'll be able to play compatible co-op and competitive games online by signing in with your Nintendo account. Online play will be free for Nintendo account holders until our paid online service launches in 2014. So you actually have to pay to play multiplayer games. Online lobby and voice chat. Monthly game download. So that's like PlayStation Plus, right?
It's like, yeah, Nintendo Entertainment System or Super Nintendo System.
Oh, it's not like PlayStation Plus.
Wait a minute.
Virtual console games.
So they're doing that shit again where they're not going to release everything.
Yep.
They're going to sugarcoat. Like, that's so fucking stupid.
Yep, I told you that's what was going to happen.
Hey guys, we're finally releasing N64. It only took us 2 years. But this is interesting.
Wait a minute,
NES game with newly added online play. So if me and you want to go play some Super Mario Kart, me and you can play fucking split screen. That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, but I'm never going to play Mario Kart with you.
I'm just saying. That's actually kind of cool.
I'm not going to. I'd rather play Mario Kart 8, Brandon.
I'm just using it as an example because it's the only multiplayer game I can think of.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about this though? So make the most out of your Nintendo Switch. The paid service lets you take your gaming up a notch with online multiplayer and exclusive benefits. Standard online features such as system and game updates will be free for all Switch users. To access any of your system's online services in the Nintendo account, create one today. So it goes in a little more detail, and it says service subscribers and non-subscribers, and it tells you what you'll be able to use on the console. So for non-subscribers, you have your free trial through 2017. The only things that are going to be active for the free trial is going to be access to the eShop, register and manage friends, share screenshots of social media, and access Nintendo Switch parental controls, right? And then when the service, when they start charging, do you actually have to pay to use the eShop?
No. Only the stuff in res you gotta start paying.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, it says right there. So service subscribers and non-subscribers. Blank, blank, blank. What you get.
I don't know if you can draw that conclusion.
It's your typical graph for subscription models.
No, don't. We're already at an hour, so we're gonna stop.
This is supposed to be 20 minutes.
Yeah. So, thanks for keeping it
God
short.
damn ARMS.
All right.
Brought to you by ARMS, the best game on earth.
So to close it out, how excited are you for the Switch now that you've actually got to see a little bit more of it?
If that thing was 250, take my money.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you? Just answer that.
7.
7. I would put myself at about a 4.
But if they can actually come out and say more about, if I can see online service in action, if I can see the menu system, if I can see what PC stuff is going to be available, if I can see, is it going to have like this? Better have this, or I'm going to be kind of sad.
I'm actually tempted to not even buy it at all because of you have to pay to do for online services.
I think that's going to bite them in the
I'm
ass.
tempted to not even fucking bother.
I think that's going to bite them in the
I
ass
mean,
because,
this would be the first time I've missed an Animal Crossing title ever.
well, there is no Animal Crossing title. Let's just be honest right now.
There will be.
So,
There will be.
but, shit, where was I fucking going? I was,
You're gonna close it out.
I know, I was in the process of doing that, but but yeah, if they actually showed stuff off and actually had it at 250, not 300, if it's 300 just bundles with games, Mario should be a launch title. There's nothing there going, hey, let's go buy this. I want to go play Breath of the Wild, I'll just go get the fucking Wii U version. There's nothing there.
Yeah, I don't have high hopes so far.
Nintendo, it's always 2 steps back, 1 step forward.
Pretty much. There's going to be an ambassador program for this. It's overpriced. I know there's going to be.
$300 is too much.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening to Shift W's Chat-A-Thon. I've been Fruitbrute.
Ace 2020 boy.
Thanks for watching. And are you sure you want to win?
Not after watching this.